The PII obfuscation feature in Izenda is intended to ensure that administrators can control what data is leaving the instance of Izenda and, if data is intended to leave the platform, whether or not it matches the database or is masked. There is a dedicated interface with tools that allow rules to be generated on specific fields for different user groups. This lets you control who can export different data points. To access this interface, an administrator would navigate to Settings, Data Setup, Advanced Settings, and then Security. Any pre-existing rules will be displayed here. These rules are configured on a per-tenant basis, so for system administrators, the setting dropdown at the top will allow these rules to be built on a tenant's behalf in the system. Click Add to add a new rule line. This opens an interface where a data source can be chosen from the list of data sources in the instance. Larger lists can be easily managed with the search functionality. Choose the object or objects you want to create a rule for. Once you have a field, you can create individual rules. First, dictate the user group. This instance is similar to the Report Access tab, where you can choose a user, role, or everyone. If a specific group is required, it can be selected in the User Group Value column. Next, choose which values will be impacted by this rule by either selecting all or various generic system variables like tenant ID, tenant name, role name, or user ID. Finally, choose the field's access mode to allow or block the values to be exported within the report export. In this rule, anytime the specific user's name appears in an export or print, Izenda will block that value from this user. This may be sensitive information that we don't want shared, or information irrelevant to this user. Once the rule has been saved, we can take a look at what this looks like in practice. Here, we've logged in as the user that we configured the rule for. Opening the report in the report viewer will enable the user to see the value that we've created the rule for. This is because PII is for restricting the value from leaving the platform rather than being consumed through the Izenda interface. To show the rules in action, we can select Print to generate a browser preview of this report to see the value masked in the printed preview. This would also be applicable in any of the exporting types in the platform. This PII obfuscation feature allows administrators at the tenant or system level to ensure that any data that needs to stay in Izenda stays in Izenda and does not go elsewhere. For more information on this or other Izenda features, please watch additional videos, visit documentation, or visit our website.